We acknowledge his resignation and accept it. However, he has reports to present. He should be able to present those reports because those are the reports of the House, not his. He should present those reports much as he has resigned, and we'll let him go to wherever he wants to go. And the resignation is effective, and I will put a question that those in favor of his resignation say on the contrary nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, you don't force somebody to be where he doesn't want to be. So you let him go.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to designate the following to the Committee on Public Service and Local Government. Honorable Ojara Mapenduzi, Chairperson.
Yes, Isaiah.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, maybe Honorable Mapenduzi could tell us where he really belongs.
He's an independent. He's under the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda.
Then I could have expected his designation
to
come from the independent whip, not from the other side.
I am the whip of independence. Honorable members, all the independents belong to the Speaker. And if Honorable Mapenduzi resigned from being a chairperson on the other side, the House accepted. And maybe this side was generous enough to give him to chair because he's one of the best chairs we have. Opposition?
Madam Speaker, this Parliament is a serious institution. That's why it's unconstitutional until the final year for members of Parliament to change affiliation. So a member cannot be with the opposition today. Yes, tomorrow is with the NRM. The Constitution says you can only change affiliation during the final year.
Has he changed the affiliation?
Yes, he was here working with us. Now he's being read the other side. So, Madam Speaker, you have a duty.
Honorable Semuju, you're working with me every day. Have you changed the affiliation?
Madam Speaker, I work with you as a speaker.
No, you work with. I've actually seen you with the government chief whip. Every day you're together. Have you changed?
No, we play football together. Madam Speaker.
Anyway, honorable members, Honorable Mapenduzi is an independent. And being an independent, he chooses where he wants to be. In the 10th Parliament, I was an independent. Honorable Semuju designated me to be in Kosase and chased me away. When he chased me away, I went and got my belongings somewhere. So for now, Honorable Mapenduzi, congratulations. Yes, go ahead.
For record, I did not chase you. You voluntarily left. In fact, one day we were shocked when we saw you with Mr. Museveni.
Can we designate? Maybe Mr. Museveni
approved the money for a hospital in Luo. We're almost at a gunpoint that we have made the commitment for Pineti. Now,
did you see a gun here?
I am using the language, the
Let's
meaning
use
in
a
the
parliamentary language.
Madam Speaker, I am looking at the meaning in the language I am using. Then we have another article here, another lady, Amina. Maybe this parliament should interest itself in finding the relationship between the president who is proposing these sums of money with these women.
There's a procedure matter. Procedure matter.
Right, Honorable Chairperson.
Okay, let me take you back a bit. Number one, when I move a motion against conduct of a member, I did my part. I executed my mandate as a member of parliament. It has nothing to do with any political party. It is nothing personal. It's about what our rule dictates, and it has a lot to do with the conduct of an individual member of parliament. And that is it. Because every game has a rule. So in this parliament, you have to abide by the provisions of the rules of procedures. Now, if somebody did not read what is in that book, then probably has a problem. And we'll begin to make personal judgment and all that. That is one. Two, in December last year, I think around December, NUP decided that they wanted to remove me from that position and bring another member, which was okay. They brought it on the floor of parliament. And the speaker guided them that there were procedures that they needed to follow. The speaker asked them to go and follow that procedure. They abandoned the procedures. That's not my problem. Okay? Now, when I decide to resign, it shouldn't be a problem to you because it is my decision. When I was appointed, I accepted. Why don't you want me to also decide on my own? Actually, you had no business with my appointment. I took the decision, I accepted. And when I decide to resign, it should also be my decision. It shouldn't be a problem. And it shouldn't be personal. But of course, I'm sure you would want to find some stories to write. That is personal. Sorry, I withdraw that. And I want to repeat, I don't have any problem with NUP as a party. I came to this parliament as a member on the independent ticket. I am not here to fight any party. I'm not here to frustrate any party. I am here to add value to the struggle to develop this country. And even this new assignment, which I accept, I am sure I'll do my best with the members of the committee and add value to the struggle. So that is it. That is it. Yes.
Ojara Mapenduzi is an independent member of parliament. As such, he has a freedom to switch allegiance as and when he wishes. And as he does that, there isn't any political implication associated with the way he decides to swing. But what we noticed is that the moment he aligned clearly with the NRM side by accepting the responsibility that was given to him to chair the Committee on Local Government and Public Service, immediately he had to vacate the office of leading PAC local government because the chair of PAC local government, being an accountability committee, must be somebody seconded by the opposition. So he had to vacate, and he did that. So we now have Honorable Gilbert Olanya in that chair.
Of course, I'm not comfortable with such a position or situation because you imagine this is a person who has been chairing a committee where opposition takes lead. And then before you know it, not even a period passes, this person is designated to a committee that is supposed to be chaired by an NRM member of parliament. To me, I think this person was sent to opposition maybe to be a spy. They came as independent but leaning NRM, but again spying on the opposition in the House. So for me, I think it is unfair for some members of parliament to play that donkey, ponky donkey play. I think if you come to parliament and your people in the constituency voted you as opposition, as NRM or as independent, stay the way you are. before your term expires, because at the time you go back for elections, people might change their minds on you. So for me, I think it is unfair. It is even uncalled for. I think it is even unprecedented. How does that happen in Parliament? Parliament has rules of procedure they follow, and for us to just come out of the blue and change like that, I think we are playing with an institution that is very strong, or we actually think our institution is being, dismantled, and slowly by slowly we are going to lose it.
And then finally, are you also concerned with the presence of the UPDF in Parliament? Most especially, we have seen concern being raised with their designation in the committees.
Yeah, when our rules of procedure of Parliament that we follow says something, we must follow it. You don't just come out of the blue and bring something because these are UPDF members of Parliament. And in the first place, how did they come into Parliament? Yes, there is a rule that says they should be designated, but the question was on who to designate them. Not themselves again to choose somebody out of themselves and designate. So for me, I think it should have been done by the Speaker of Parliament to designate who goes where, especially for the UPDF. It was not called for. Actually, it was not in our rules of procedure that we follow. And I think Parliament should be taken seriously, not to be taken for granted by some individuals.
Having Honorable Ojara Mapenduzi designated as chairperson of public service local government, I don't think it has any problem. He has been serving on PAC, local government, on the other side, but at some point I think they actually felt that he was not serving their interests. That means he has a side that he feels he needs to belong to, and I think the right party or side that he thinks he belongs to is the NRM. But he's an independent person. There are so many independent members of Parliament that are serving in the positions of leadership on the other side of like the Shadow Attorney General, Honorable Nwagaba, is on the other side. He's independent, but he's serving on the opposition. Now, if Honorable Ojara Mapenduzi also chooses that this year he feels he needs to serve on the side of the NRM, however much he's independent, I think it is his right.
Yeah, of course, he was a bit very disrespectful to the powers that be in the opposition, especially those who appointed him to do that function for them. And since then, it means that relationship was not good between him and the leaders. So he was free to move to wherever he thinks can get that peace and be ready to serve them. For us, we are ready to stay this side and give advice to whoever would be needing it as the opposition, because that is our role. That's why we are sent in the opposition, on the opposition ticket in Parliament. So he's free. We wish him well. That is politics, but of course, sometimes you must reflect on the wishes of your voters. Why did they send you to Parliament, how and when, before you make a decision. Yeah, of course, he wasn't. Yeah, of course, he made a decision against the opposition. You remember that decision against Honorable Zake, so which was not good to the powers that appointed him. So he was free now to go to wherever he thinks he can respect them. That's it.